Hey friends, what's up? Phillip here, and there's been a lot of stuff going on in the stock market, and I kind of wanted to talk about it. So the American Express ecosystem allows you to supercharge your investment and retirement strategy. And I wanted to get into it. So the last couple of days, the stock market has been very volatile, to say the least. Anyone who's checked their 401k portfolio recently understands the fact that the stock market isn't doing as well as it did in the past. But starting with this morning, it's starting to rise up a little bit. And fellow YouTuber Ben Hedges said yesterday that he believed that the stock market was artificially low, and that the fact that the market lost value didn't really have anything to do with the fact that the companies were less valuable. And I think he's right there, because essentially what we're talking about is, there's uncertainty in the market right now. And so that's the reason why the stock market prices are going down. However, if that uncertainty goes away, then it stands to reason that uncertainty might go away as well, and that we might be able to see increased gains in the stock market. So right now, if you have someone who has a decent amount of money, buying up stocks could be a good strategy for essentially buying things at a 20 to 30% discount, right? And so that can be really helpful. But what happens if you're into credit card rewards and you don't have a lot of money lying around to invest? Well, here's what you can do. So if you have certain credit cards, you can actually use your credit card rewards to invest into brokerage accounts with various brokerage firms. And so another thing that's also fun is that your rewards, because they're classified as a rebate, at least according to my understanding, now I'm not a tax professional, so I didn't go to accounting school, those rewards are classified as rebates, and to my understanding, it seems like those don't go towards contribution limits for 401k or Roth IRA contribution limits. And so credit card rewards could be a really great way to supercharge your investment strategy. So let's take a look at American Express because, well, they're my favorite bank right now. So let's take a look at some options. So we have the complete setup is the American Express Gold Card, the American Express Blue Business Plus for 2% back on everything. And then you also have the Platinum Card. Now, in order to be able to actually effectively use this strategy for investing, you're going to need a particular type of Platinum Card. And so my personal favorite is the Charles Schwab Platinum. I don't currently own that because it didn't have a heightened welcome offer. But if you do have the Charles Schwab credit card and you have other American Express cards, you can pool all of those American Express rewards points into basically your Charles Schwab investment account at 1.1 cents per point. Now, a lot of us like to talk about how we get greater than 1 cent per point valuations. So that's a question, right? So here's the thing though. If you are investing that money into a Roth IRA, you are investing that money. Basically, it can go above and beyond your contribution limits, but also you won't be paying taxes on your withdrawals when you retire. And so basically this, so it could be 1.1 cent per point when you invest it into or deposit it into your brokerage firm, but by the time you get it, it could be much more. And so, that potential is so much more compounded in times like this when you can actually buy things at a severe discount, at least on the stock market. And so that's kind of an option. So let's take a look at possibly earning. And so, let's take a look at the Blue Business Plus. So I'm going to cover up the important information. So this gets 2% back, or 2 points per dollar back for any purchases up to $50,000 per year. And so if you max it out, that's 100,000 points per year. Now the American Express Gold Card. So this is one of my personal favorites. It's a powerhouse. It gets 4 points per dollar for any grocery store purchases, for any dining purchases, but it also gets 3 points per dollar on airfare and some travel through the American Express travel portal. And so this is going to be a good earner as well. Now, you also have the Platinum Card. And so if you have the Charles Schwab Platinum, the Morgan Stanley Platinum, the earnings are all going to be the same. There's going to be 5 points per dollar on any airline purchase made directly with the airline. And then also 5 points per dollar on any airline purchase or hotel purchase made through the American Express travel portal. And so 5x for travel. 4x for your dining and food categories, and then 2 points per dollar on everything else is a powerful way to invest and save in a way that's going to supercharge your retirement. And so that's one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about, because this opportunity is very rare. The stock market's not doing well, and if you don't have a lot of cash on hand, you can't really take advantage of that. And so if you do happen to have a lot of points sitting in your American Express account, you can go ahead and convert those once you get the American Express Charles Schwab Platinum card into your Charles Schwab account. You can also do it into a Morgan Stanley account as well. And you have that option. Now, Charles Schwab also has something else called the investor card. And so that's also through American Express. And that gets 1.5% cash back per dollar spent. And so, that's, it's not really that good. It's kind of like a Quicksilver, but for investors. And so essentially that's not really the best way, especially if you want to maximize. Now, there are some other companies that have that. So there's the Fidelity Rewards Visa. So my 401k is through Fidelity. And so this gets 2% back on any spend anywhere. And you can invest that directly into your brokerage account. And so this can actually go towards your Roth IRA if you want, or just a regular taxable brokerage account too. So now I don't also want to mention the Robinhood Gold card, because this investor card here is not really thought of as an investor card, but it kind of can super function that. So this gets 3% back on everything. Currently, there are some exceptions about cash equivalents and everything, but for the most part, 3% back. And then you can also invest this into your brokerage account. And that can also include a Roth IRA, a traditional IRA, or a normal taxable brokerage account. And so you have a lot of different options here. So if you're someone who's been sitting on a lot of credit card rewards and you're looking at ways to try to maximize your exposure to a down market, then you can go ahead and do that. So, and of course, this is all moot if the market continues to go down, but I believe within at least a month or so, things could start going back up. So this is kind of a limited time opportunity. And I just wanted to talk about this because some people in the financial space are talking about opportunities, buying opportunities in the stock market, but credit cards can really supercharge your retirement investing strategy as well. So thanks so much for joining me, and I can't wait to talk to you again. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.